Hello, it is July 15th, 2026, and earlier this week, a new update release for the Irrigation Checkups app was available, and just wanted to review a few of the updates. Most of them pertain to how your account presents data or information. And so let's jump into my account settings. If we go to the company config, so this is where all of your kind of company info in terms of white labeling everything. So we have two new options at the bottom here underneath the taxes. The first is disable signature capture. So if you check this, the option for your customers to use the electronic signature feature on the uh, checkup report page will be hidden. It will no longer be available. So for those of you that use some other system to capture approvals, this just makes it easier. Don't have to worry about somebody not understanding that that's not the correct one to use. So you can just disable it and it will disappear from your app when you're using it. And then the other option here is to hide pricing. So a number of companies prefer not to show their technicians in the field what they're charging their customers for various reasons. So I've had this requested numerous times over the past couple of years. And so now it's been implemented. If you check this, that anyone with the technician role will no longer be able to see pricing on the checkups and quotes. Now, just remember, if you include the quote on the PDF, the checkup PDF, then the prices will be shown. So, there wouldn't be any reason to, if you're not going to let your technician see the quotes pricing, then don't include the quote on the report template. So there's that little note here. We can just verify that if we go to report templates and choose one of our templates, we would want to uncheck this show estimate on PDF. Okay, or else those technicians that you want to hide the pricing from would be able to see it. And then this actually brings us to another new feature in this release. In every report template setting, as we just mentioned, you have an option to use repair estimates. And then if you are using them, you can either manually enter in information or you can use a price book to look up that line item detail. You have the option to show the estimate on the PDF or just have it as a separate document. The last update introduced this summary where it just provides a summary of total labor cost, total material cost, and then taxes, subtotal taxes, and a total estimate. So that's still there. But we have this new one called Summarize by Item. And so this will combine repeated items into a single line. So the zone and location details basically are lost then. And so if you've got a pretty long estimate that has a bunch of repeated items like labor or 4-inch pop-up head, and you don't want that repeated 10 times because you had in 10 zones requiring work, you can summarize it by item. And so I will show you how that looks on one of the templates here. So let's just go to a checkup and we can view this one. We go down to the bottom, we see we have 2 repairs, both with 4-inch pop-up heads and MP2000s. So if we go to the report preview, so typically you would have line item detail. So it's showing for each zone 1, these 2 items, zone 2, those 2 items. But if you are a manager or admin level user, you can change this report configuration. So let's just show a summary real quick. So this was what was introduced in the previous update. So here we've got the summary of the material, very simple. But if we do the summarize by item, you can't Can't have both. It's one or the other. So you have to turn off one before you can turn on the other. But let's update this. And so now this has been reduced to just the 4-inch pop-up head in the MP2000. There is an asterisk. So if you manually override a price, which is another option in the app, and you have two items with two different prices, so maybe there was some sort of surcharge added onto one of the pricing, but it is still the same item, it will show the weighted blended price. So your totals will always be what they would if it was detailed line by line. So you don't have to worry about your totals having any issues. It's just this price here could show the blended weighted average price. So that is how that looks. And then let me sign out and sign back in as a technician user so you can see what it looks like if you decide to hide prices from your technicians. So I have to have one that's shared with me, or we can just add one. So let's just add a new checkup, repair call, and okay. So new checkup. If I click quote items, you can see that the pricing now is hidden. So, let's say I need to add some MP2000. I can add the quantity, and again, the price each and the item total is not displayed to the user. And then when I go down to look at the quote line items, again, they're not displayed. If we go to quote preview, see it is displayed because the report preview is including the quote. So this particular template, I would need to disable showing the quote. Okay. But from the checkup page on any of these, so, let's say we're adding a controller repair. When you open up your price book, nothing is shown there in terms of pricing. So hopefully that's helpful to a number of companies that is hesitant to show pricing to their techs in the field. And the only other item, which is kind of hard to show, but we also updated how images are stored. So we're now storing a higher resolution and a lower resolution image, where the higher resolution image is used when you are previewing in the app page, and the lower resolution, so which means smaller file size images, are being sent to the PDF generator. So that speeds things up, and for those that like to take a ton of images, allows for less issues to be had when the report is generated. Sometimes with a lot of images, it can take a long time to generate that report in a PDF format, and so hopefully that's solved now, and nothing that you need to do on your end. Is just kind of the infrastructure of the app change to help make things a little smoother. So hopefully you're enjoying the app and your summer season is going strong. So we'll talk to you soon.